Before Sheikh Gumi, there was a woman who spoke on behalf of the predecessors of the bandits. Her name was Mma Boko Haram. She walked so that others after her could run. Her name is Aisha Khalil Wakil, aka Mma Boko Haram. She's mainly famous for helping people negotiate with Boko Haram to release their hostages, which are most people family members. And that's how she got that name. According to a publication, she was actually a Catholic woman from the south, but went to school in the north and fell in love. She got married and she renounced her Christian name and her southern name to take on the name Aisha. When her husband didn't like the way people were lusting over her fine face, she veiled it. But while freshly married after school, she moved to a neighborhood in Maiduguri where she and her husband stayed. She kept an open door policy where she helped other kids in the neighborhood, and before you know it, they started to call her Mama. In the rise of the insurgents in the northeast, some of those kids that called her Mama were secretly recruited. She knew about it, she called the elders to help her, but she did all she could only to no avail. Most of them were brainwashed beyond what she had already known. They had been taught to handle a pew-pew and to use it on people. But because she had known many of them for long, when someone is kidnapped, people always go to her, and with her network, they find out which group has kidnapped this person and negotiate a favorable release. She was even on President Jonathan's committee for open dialogue to grant those groups amnesty. But at different times, she was always hit with lawsuits based on fraudulent activities. Example, in 2019, she was sued for taking over 229,000 euros and fraudulently diverting it for her own use. Even different indictment with the EFCC led her to different years imprisonment. But all of that didn't tie her down, except this small amount of money, 11 million naira. She actually chairs a foundation called Complete Care and Aid Foundation, and in 2018, she and some of her executives met this man called Mohammed Ambare of Mohammed Ambare Ventures. The man gave them a contract to supply 2 units of X-ray machines of the model 1800. They promised to deliver these X-ray machines in time, but guess what? They ghosted the man. But in 2020, she got arrested for this crime. And in 2025, she and 2 of her executives, which are Tahiru Saidu Daura and Prince Lawal Shoyode, were all indicted on 2-count charge for obtaining by false pretense. And on the 25th of June 2025, after they had pleaded not guilty, they were found guilty. They were sentenced to 7 years for each of those counts, which is a total of 14 years for each of them. They are also told to restitute about 8 million naira or serve an additional sentence of 7 years. Now, there are many statements credited to this man. I don't need to remind you of them. It's replete in the news of these days. But the thing is, even after him, another person will still rise. Because this is no longer an act. It's now an ideology that even government themselves negotiate with. Matter of fact, even a brigadier general was shot and nothing was done. Nigeria is in a state that not even a clean sweep can solve these issues. You will need rhetorics to create new ideologies and new dreams for these people. Else, the cycle continues.